goes into more of like uh the times we live in, but as like the messianic times continue and stuff, um how is it going to be for like the nations of the world, the let's say the Noahide nations, um and obviously like Israel is going to be like a Jewish nation. Will the other countries still retain like their cultures and things like that? Obviously, still with following the Noahide Code, will there still be like room for various cultures in terms of the different countries of the world?
Okay, thank you for the question, Macy. It's a very good question. And the answer is yes, for the next 216 years, there will still be a variety of cultures. The nations will retain their cultures, even though they will observe the 7 universal commandments. That will be the value system for all humanity, for the 198 plus countries, which is compatible, of course, with each one's culture. Whether you go to Peru or Vietnam, and you will be able to eat the local food because of the local vegetation, or see the garments of people specifically to Peru or to Vietnam, and the languages that people will speak. But at the same time, so therefore they will be able to conserve their culture. Culture is a beautiful thing, and it's totally compatible with a unified system of values, which is the Noahide Code. Therefore, we'll be able to feel at home in every single culture when you go to Vietnam or to Peru or to Wisconsin or to Lisboa. You're going to be able to feel at home because everybody, despite the external traits of the cultural locality, the way of producing art or singing, still you'll be able to feel at home because everybody shares the same value system. Okay, now there will be progressively a tendency for humanity to start studying Hebrew, as it's stated in the prophecy of Zechariah, that in the end of days, humanity will come to learn with the Jewish people how to serve Hashem with one voice, meaning with one purpose, but also to start speaking Hebrew. Everybody will progressively start understanding and speaking Hebrew, and therefore, as you know, that will start progressively affecting progressively the culture. As you know, culture is much affected by the language that people speak. Not only the latitude and the longitude in the face of the planet, but also the language that is the conceptual expression of the emotions of one's soul, and which affects the culture. Culture being, right, the different ways of expression of people's feelings about the place where they live, whether it's in art, whether it's in gastronomy, whether it's in the way the architecture, etc. Once people become more and more familiar with Hebrew, you'll see a harmonization of art. And we have a full course dedicated to that on the Noahide Academy, which is called Aesthetics and the Divine. It's called all about culture and the aesthetics and the different perception of the aesthetics in the different countries of the world. And that will be pursued for the next 216 years, at least technically speaking. It could be earlier transformation. After that, it's going to be a different system altogether. We will not be discussing about culture no more. We will be speaking about 1,000 years of Shabbat, which is a total different experience of reality, which the richness, the abundance, and the diversity of the human experience will no longer be limited to traveling to Mexico and eating Mexican food. I mean, you're not too far, right, in Texas, but
Yeah.
or to go to New Zealand and eat some New Zealand food. It's going to be a new system of experience where the variety, it's not going to go any more be limited by culture. It's going to be you'll no longer be like an American visiting, in Thailand and eating Thai food. You have already Thai restaurants, right? A bunch of them in America, so you don't even have to travel to Thailand, so you have already that. But it's not going to be like you as an American experimenting Thai food or Indonesian food. It's going to be a total experience of the local expression of the divine light as it is in that longitude and latitude, and in that point in time, you'll be able to experiment the divine light as it is beyond the concept of foreign culture. You understand? You're going to be able to be totally you will identify yourself constantly with all of the infinite forms of the expression of the divine light with no cultural barrier. Okay? Okay, that's very much influenced by, as I mentioned before, by the language. But that will be in the second stage for the next coming years, of course, and we appreciate that. The culture is a beautiful thing. You can ask the question also about within the Jewish nation itself. You can see that, there's Sephardim and Ashkenazim, those that come from Europe, those that come from Spain. And there's, you come to Israel, and there's the Temanim and the Polishers from Poland. You see some diversity. Jews with the black kippah, Jews with the white kippah, with the blue strain, with this hat, with that hat. What's that? It's different cultures. What's with the unity? So there is like the 12 children of Yaakov. Everyone expressed one facet of truth. All the same truth, but one specific facet of that truth. So we Jews also, you see more darker skinned Jews and more whiter skinned Jews. Jews that look more European, Jews that look more Asian, like they come from Russia, right? So it's different facets of the same truth. We can all sit at the same table and around one Torah, one same Torah, even though one prefers gefilte fish and the other one prefers salmon. Bezat Hashem. Thank you for your question, and hope to see you again next week.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Pleasure.